It's the Big 12's playoff elimination game. The undefeated number 7 BYU Cougars head into Lubbock to face the one-loss number 8 Texas Tech Red Raiders. The line sits at Texas Tech minus 10.5, a shocking gap between record and reputation. It's a noon kickoff on ABC, College Game Day is live on campus, and the crowd is already in full burn mode. BYU's quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, brings toughness and control. He's passed for over 1,800 yards with 15 touchdowns, adding 9 more on the ground. His poise and decision-making define a team that ranks among the best in the nation at protecting the football. His challenge is enormous: stay clean under pressure and keep drives alive with his legs. On the other sideline, Texas Tech's Baron Morton is the heartbeat of one of college football's most balanced offenses. When he's in rhythm, this team scores fast and often, averaging over 43 points per game while leaning on the best run defense in the country. The story of the game is contrast: BYU's patient power against Tech's chaos and speed. The Red Raiders can dominate the stat sheet, but BYU's pace shortens the game, and their ball security keeps every drive alive. If they control the clock and force field goals, the margin tightens fast. And today's AI pick is BYU plus 10.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 2.
It's the SEC's mid-afternoon showdown in Columbia. Number 3 Texas A&M at 8-0 against number 19 Missouri at 6-2. Kickoff comes at 3:30 Eastern on ABC, and both teams had the week off, but their momentum couldn't be more opposite. Texas A&M spent its bye resting and refining a playoff-caliber offense. Missouri spent it scrambling after losing 2 quarterbacks and rebuilding its system around a freshman who's never started a college game. For the Aggies, Marcel Reed leads one of the nation's most balanced attacks. He's closing in on 2,000 passing yards with 17 touchdowns, adding another dimension on the ground. His targets, Mario Craver and Casey Conception, stretch defenses across the field, and with Reuben Owens and Jamarian Morrow in the backfield, the Aggies can score in any phase. Missouri's offense now runs through Matt Zollers, a true freshman stepping straight into SEC fire. Expect a heavy dose of Ahmad Hardy, their star back with over 900 yards, but that plays directly into the teeth of a defense allowing barely 100 rushing yards a game and stopping 78% of third downs. Missouri's defense is strong, but A&M's versatility and depth make the difference. Their defensive front should collapse Missouri's pocket and force mistakes before the game hits the fourth quarter. And today's AI pick is Texas A&M minus 6.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 3.
It's noon on Fox from Beaver Stadium. Number 2 Indiana undefeated at 9-0 meets Penn State at 3-5. One program is chasing a playoff bid, the other is fighting for pride. But this line, Indiana favored by 14.5, might be too rich for reality. Indiana's quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, is the conductor of a balanced attack that averages 46 points per game. He's thrown 25 touchdowns with only 4 picks, and when the Hoosiers stay ahead of schedule, they're almost impossible to stop. But they've leaned heavily on their ground game, and star receiver Elijah Sarrett is still questionable. If he's limited, the offense shrinks. Penn State turns to redshirt freshman Ethan Grunkemeyer for his first home start, protected by one of the best pass-blocking lines in the Big Ten. He's got veteran running backs, Katrin Allen and Nick Singleton chasing school records, and that backfield becomes the focal point of a slower, clock control plan designed to keep Indiana's offense off the field. Indiana is the stronger team, but double-digit road covers are fragile. This is the first home game in weeks for Penn State, and the crowd will rally around the new coach and young quarterback. The Nittany Lions can shorten the game, control possessions, and use their veteran backs to stay within striking distance. And today's AI pick is Penn State, plus 14.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 4.
It's a 3:30 kickoff on CBS, number 9 Oregon at 7-1, traveling to number 20 Iowa at 6-2. Both teams carry top 5 defenses, both play for Big Ten survival, and the line sits at Oregon minus 6.5 with a total of 42. It's cold, windy, and soaked in Midwest November weather, but that doesn't change the math. Oregon's quarterback, Dante Moore, has guided one of the most balanced offenses in the country. He's thrown 19 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions behind an offensive line that's allowed just 9 sacks. They run the ball for more than 200 yards a game, and when the air gets heavy, they can shift into a downhill zone attack led by Noah Whittington and Jordan James. This is not a team that needs sunshine to score. Iowa will fight like it always does, slow, deliberate, and physical. Quarterback Mark Gronowski leads with his legs, not his arm, and the Hawkeyes' plan is built on field position and red zone precision. But against Oregon's #1 pass defense and top 5 overall unit, a one-dimensional attack has no margin for error. Once the Ducks break through early, Iowa's limited offense can't trade possessions. The Kinnick magic is priced into the spread, but Oregon's depth, balance, and line play are too strong to collapse under it. They've won 10 straight on the road for a reason. And today's AI pick is Oregon -6.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 5.
It's Saturday night in Tuscaloosa, LSU and Alabama under the lights. But this one isn't a duel of equals. Alabama sits at 7-1 and ranked 4th in the nation, playing for a playoff bye. LSU comes in at 5-3 without a head coach and led by interim Frank Wilson after the firing of Brian Kelly. The line sits at Alabama -10.5, the Tide favored to keep rolling toward December. Ty Simpson runs the Alabama offense with near-perfect control, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a top 5 national mark in ball security. He's backed by a deep receiver room, Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams both healthy, and a defense that gives up just 18 points a game. Alabama doesn't beat itself. It grinds you down until mistakes turn into margins. Garrett Nussmeier leads LSU, but he's trapped behind an offensive line with the highest blown block rate in the country. He's been hit, hurried, and stripped of rhythm against every ranked defense he's faced. Wilson's energy gives LSU a spark, but 1 week of emotional reset can't repair structural problems. The difference is discipline. Alabama protects the football, LSU doesn't protect the quarterback, and that's the equation. The Tide are the team with everything to lose and the focus to match it. And today's AI pick is Alabama -10.5. Will we cash or will we burn? Season's fire keeps rising.
Another Saturday burn through the gridiron and 5 games left their mark. Let's count the prophecy in full. In English, Game 1, BYU +10.5 at Texas Tech. The Cougars held the number, proving discipline can outlast chaos. Game 2, Texas A&M -6.5 at Missouri. The Aggies imposed order, carving through the Tigers to stay on the playoff road. Game 3, Penn State +14.5 against Indiana. The Lions kept the margin, pride intact beneath the roar of the #2 team in the nation. Game 4, Oregon -6.5 at Iowa. The Ducks handled the storm, slicing through the wind to silence Kinnick's blackout. Game 5, Alabama -10.5 against LSU. The Tide rolled steady and cold, 1 step closer to the final gate. En español. Juego 1, BYU +10.5 contra Texas Tech. La disciplina venció al caos. Juego 2, Texas A&M -6.5 sobre Missouri. Los Aggies dominaron con fuerza. Juego 3, Penn State +14.5 frente a Indiana. Orgullo y resistencia en casa. Juego 4, Oregón -6.5 en Iowa. El viento no detuvo a los Patos. Juego 5, Alabama -10.5 contra LSU. La marea roja sigue avanzando hacia la gloria. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Old saying in German. Wer das Feuer sucht, darf die Asche nicht fürchten. He who seeks the fire must not fear the ash.